we're almost done. I mean, are you ever really done? But we're getting there. So I thought I'd just do a little end of May walkthrough. Got some of my sad onions that I planted over the winter, or late winter, early spring, are finally starting to come up. And then these I had were starts that I bought, because I wasn't sure if mine were coming up, but it looks like my the seeds I planted then in the spring are starting to go. Carrots, peppers. This guy is starting to get actual peppers on it. This is the one I had brought inside. Pretty sure when I brought this inside last fall, it was about that size. It looked pretty sick for a while, and then I put it under the grow lights and it really bushed out, but now that it's been outside, it's got a little lanky. But she's doing good, lots of flowers. Other peppers, snap peas, starting to get ready to climb. The garlic's looking pretty good. I actually so I planted the bulbs in the fall, and then I also planted the bulbils, which are now getting a second and some third leaves. So that'll be interesting to see how they do. I've quite a few of those down the row. I have some random volunteer lettuce. I think I even have a volunteer carrot back there somewhere. Must have been left over from last year. Cucumbers, I ended up having to reseed a couple. So this guy was one of the 3 that made it through the winter, well, that I seeded indoors. But the other 2 died, so I got a couple more starts, and then I threw some seeds in, so those are popping up. I've got some marigold seeds in the middle here, and I think they're starting to come up too, so that's good. Got a little empty space here for more herbs. For some reason, my mint, if you can believe it, I killed mint. My mint did not come back, and my oregano did not come back, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get more this year or not. We'll have to see what Runnings has left. Zucchinis are starting to perk back up after being transplanted. Direct sow pole beans coming up, getting bigger. The loofahs, they did not the greatest. They just were in the pots for so long, and then it got so hot right after I put them outside. I think they're hanging in there, but they could look better. This rhubarb in desperate need of pruning. Strawberries still not looking hot this year. Got a couple new ones in there, so that should help. Lettuce, looks like I need to start cutting some of that. I thought I did 2 varieties here, but boy, they really look similar. It was supposed to be Little Gem and Butter Crunch. But I don't know, kind of look the same to me. The kids' garden is looking all right. Tomatoes are doing good. Peppers, that guy's got a flower on it. The beans started coming up, and I don't know how much these guys are going to climb. I think they're actually bush beans, but we'll see. They might climb a little. There's burgundy and green, I guess, whatever. So they got tomatoes on both sides, a couple interplanted flowers, bush cucumber, and a couple zucchinis on the end. It's kind of, everything's sort of in that sort of like post-transplant, still little, kind of sad-looking state. Ended up having to replant sunflowers because nothing came up, so hopefully I'll start getting some of those pretty quick here. And I've got, 9 rows of popcorn. Some of them are doing pretty good. Some, I can't tell the difference between the corn and the grass, so I haven't weeded them yet. We'll get there. As soon as they start getting a little bit bigger than the grass, then I can get that taken care of. And the rest of the big bed has some squash. I've flagged everything that is an actual thing that I planted. And then I'm going to get some more straw thrown out here. I'm probably going to leave the millions of milkweed in this side because I don't think they bug the squash too much, but I'm going to try and get them out of the corn just because they compete for sun. And I actually watched butterflies lay eggs on these, so I know they know where they are. They're coming for them. So I got squash, watermelon, and cantaloupe. I've got the Minnesota midget cantaloupe and the Blacktail Mountain watermelon, which are just like the little personal size kind of watermelons. They're kind of nice. I did do some marigolds all along the side here. I don't know if they're coming up on this side yet. I know I've seen them on that side. And it was just like the box, that sheet box that you can get from the Dollar Tree. So I laid it on thick because I wasn't really sure if they were decent seeds or not, but I'm pretty sure over here I've seen a bunch. Let's see. Yeah, there's a whole bunch right down in here. You can kind of see in these little guys. There's a few more here and there, so hopefully those will still do all right and get me some flowers, take care of some of these cucumber beetles. I got 5 Brussels sprouts, and I do have cabbage moss, so I think tomorrow maybe I'm going to start spraying the BT just to get rid of those and then hopefully fend off the squash vine borers. Here's my crazy tomato trellis. It's a little windy. I've got brandywine on this side and copia on the other side, which the copia didn't do very good last year, but I thought I'd give it another try because I had it, and somehow I killed most of the brandywine as seedlings, but I've got a few, so it'll be all right as long as they keep going. And then I think I have one Roma on the end there. And the potatoes, which these potatoes were actually, I had blight last year on the potatoes, and so I pulled them out early. I got a few decent potatoes out of it, and then I replanted, and there just wasn't enough time, and so I had teeny tiny little potatoes, and I threw them in a bag because, you know, they're little, you can eat them. Well, I never got around to eating them, and they started sprouting in the bag, and they were still there. They still look good this spring, so I threw them in the ground just to see what would happen, and they actually seem to be doing pretty good. So we've got a row of red potatoes there. I don't remember exactly which red variety they are, and then my 2 bins are red Norlands, and they look pretty good so far this year. I don't see any blight, so I am going to keep my fingers crossed. I filled the dirt up a lot higher so that the plant would grow up above the edge and get more ventilation, because I think when they were kind of down in the bucket, you couldn't get wind on them, so they just didn't do the best. Pollinator garden is starting to come together. Got a couple new things this year, paying very close attention to which things are perennial in this zone. I've got a blazing star, I've got a wild geranium, those are new. Bachelor button came back. The birds delphinium's coming back real nice. We just got this pincushion plant. It was a gift for my daughter. We've got my own shadow here. My lavender's actually coming back, which I didn't think it was going to do it, and it did. And I didn't think my dill was coming back, but it's reseeded in a couple of places. And for some reason I have a parsley that decided to reseed itself, so that's new. The big bushy green, these guys are rudbeckia. I've got right behind them is the columbine, which looks like it could have used a little more space. We got bee balm, and I think that's another rudbeckia. And hiding in underneath the bachelor button is a salvia. And we've got the hollyhocks, another hollyhock there. I transplanted the vine, what is it? Clematis, from somewhere else, so it looks a little sad. I've got the hyssop there, orange. This little guy is that's new this year, and then this guy is I don't remember. Bellflower? Yeah, bellflower, and that's new this year. And then the red hot poker down here, that's new this year. All the weeds, not new. And then somewhere in here I threw in some mixed, butterfly mix, just to see if they would come up. I do have some other things started that'll go in there eventually. Hopefully some zinnias and whatnot. I put some calendula, I think. No, what did I put in here? Something. I forget. But I put some flowers in there too. So that's kind of where things are at in the big garden. And the pumpkin patch is all planted. Got that done today. So I'm excited about that. And pretty much all that we have left then is to figure out what to do with the gourd tunnel and get that planted. And whatever odds and ends I can find on sale, I usually throw in some cabbage or something. If they got something like that on sale, a couple more herbs in this bed. And then I might throw some extra things. I think I have some more peppers, little bitty ones started that I could throw in a pot. And I'm still working on getting, as many marigolds as I can get. I feel like I just want to spread them out everywhere and hope they get rid of the bugs. So that is the garden update for the very end of May.